Morning, my peoples. How's everything going? It is January 6th, 2021. We are less than, 72 hours away from the wild card weekend. And I want to start today's episode with a little story. Okay? Just want to tell a little story because we family. We family. We a community. We family. We talking. I've had great response from everybody. Whether it's been in DMs, whether it was in the comment section. I love it. I love when y'all comment. So I feel like telling a little story this morning. I feel compelled. I've had my coffee. I've had my G Fuel. I feel really good. So let's get into it. I hate the Rams. I despise the St. Louis Rams, the LA Rams, whatever they want to call themselves. I can't stand the Rams. And I know some Seahawks fans, they despise the 49ers more. Some Seahawks fans despise the Arizona Cardinals, but I can't stand the Rams. And being a Seahawks fan for over 20 years, I've seen the many highs and many lows we play them. It's something different when we have to play the Rams. When they got to come here, they play dirty. They play very aggressive. The offense sucks. Or they get one play that just changes the game forever. We all remember the Torrey Holt catch. We all remember the last week of the season we had to play them for the division with a losing record. We remember all those things, and yet this weekend, I'm not sold that we can beat the Rams, even if they have a backup quarterback. Just from how we've played the last few games, yeah, we're 12-4. Yeah, we're the NFC West division champs. Yes, we have at least a top 10 offense when healthy and when everybody's there. We have a solid team around us. I love it. This is probably one of the better Seahawks teams that Russell has had around him. But there's a couple things that that's a stick in my craw. First of all, we got to stop force-feeding DK. We have got to stop force-feeding DK Metcalf as if he is already a solidified number one receiver. We got to remember, this is DK's second year in the league. Going back to when we played them in December, and as you all know, stats is king here. Context is king. Let's go back to the box score of the December 27th game. DK had 6 receptions for 59 yards when Jalen Ramsey was all over him like water on rice, and we still force-fed him the ball 8 times. He had the most targets next to Josh Reynolds of the Rams. He had 10 targets. And he had 6 receptions for 65 yards. It was not a throwing game. This was a running game. When we play the Rams, we know we got to run the ball. We can't let Aaron Donald get in the backfield. We can't. But we double-team him, we neutralize him, but he's still a nuisance. The film don't lie. That's why I got the film right here from the first time we played them. We struggle when we play the Rams. We have got to get more runs breaking for more than 20 yards. We got to get 20-yard runs. We got to get 10-yard runs. We got to get yards. We can't just sit there and allow ourselves to be stuck in the mud, especially here at home where we have the advantage. Even talking about the December 27th game, we got to spread the ball around more. We can't just look at DK to make plays. Every time we go bunch formation, we all know who's getting the ball. DK's going to go long. Tyler's going to go flat. David Moore's going to go cross. It's just like when we had Doug Baldwin on the receiving corps we had a few years ago. We knew the first play of the game, what was it going to be? Screen. We have to be more creative as an offense. I understand we have Brian Schottenheimer. We have Brian Schottenheimer as offensive coordinator. But we all know it's going to be more of a running. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the clock down. We're not going to be too aggressive. But we can't also let Russ cook. We're going to let Russ cook a little bit. Just a little bit. And everybody loves saying, let Russ cook, let Russ cook. When we let Russ cook, he throws for 4 interceptions against Arizona. I love Russell. I love Russell. But sometimes we got to protect Russell from himself. We can't allow Russell to get too, what's the word I'm looking for? We can't allow Russell to be trigger happy. It's just a fact. I'm just going off of the stats and I'm going off of what I've seen. Because remember, the first few games of the season, Russ was killing the league. Russ was killing it. MVP Russ. That was the chant we was going for. Now, Russ, we gotta keep Russ in the pocket. We gotta protect this man. This man's taking some licks. We have to protect our quarterback. This line is all right. It's not perfect. This offensive line is not world beaters, but we got to feed Chris Carson. I know he gets hurt. I understand he gets beat up. He's banged up, but I like Chris Carson. I like what he brings to the table. I like that he's going to get you at least 4 or 5 yards each carry. I like seeing that he can set up the offense for us. He's not Marshawn. We got to stop thinking. We got to stop thinking that he's going to be our Marshawn. There's nobody in this world like Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn's not walking through that door, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna quote Rick Pitino on this one. And if you all know me, you know I can't stand Rick Pitino. But the quote is perfect for this. Marshawn Lynch is not walking through that door, fans. Richard Sherman's not walking through that door and died. I pray to God Earl Thomas doesn't walk through that door. Okay? But let's talk about the rushing game. Both teams are a heavy rushing team. If they still had Todd Gurley, we might lose. But I'm not afraid of Darrell Henderson. I'm not afraid of Malcolm Brown. I am a little concerned about when they do those little fly sweeps or those jet sweeps and they give it to Robert Woods. He gets off the outside because we don't really have any edge rushers. Yeah, we got Dunlap, but Dunlap also gets hurt too. So, but up the middle, we've played better. We've played it better up the middle between the A and the B gaps. We've held our own. I can contend that. That's what they like to do. They like to give a lot of Sean McVay's offense is a lot of misdirection, just like Kyle Shanahan, but a lot of counters, a lot of off the guard. The guard, not really too many pulls by the guard, but the guard is going to go off the guard's ass. We have to pay attention to those counters. Now watch. You watch it on film right here. They also like a lot of play action. Now, I don't know. Now, Jared Goff isn't going to be playing. I really haven't seen a lot of the new guy that they have at quarterback. But if they're going to run the same offense that they've ran the last 17 weeks, we got to stop the play action, man. Look at that right there. Look at Henderson. There you go. Right up the gap. Being aggressive. Sean McVay's offense is aggressive, but it's also timing. Heavily timed. Boom. If you force them. There you go. Good play by Quandre Diggs. Now, if you throw off their timing, we're going to win the game. We have to trust that our secondary is going to make plays. I'm not 100% sold on the secondary. They played a little better. Quandre, Jamal. We got to keep Jamal on a little bit of a leash. We can't let Jamal get too caught up in the run game, but we're going to be okay. Going back to talking about the rushing game, with Darrell Henderson had 12 carries for 62 yards. His longest run was 23 yards. We got to keep them under 100 yards rushing. Henderson and Brown. Brown is sneaky. I like Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Brown is a sneaky little running back, but he's not a world beater. This defense has stepped up so much that in the last 5 weeks, we didn't know who they were. Look right here. Look at Russ doing. Beautiful throw. David Moore. But no. Now that they don't have Jared Goff, they got this new backup quarterback. He won the game for him. He didn't have to do too much. He just had to do just enough. Defense has got to go get a couple sacks. We can get at least 3 sacks. We're going to win. But Offensively, for us, we just have to control the clock. We can't allow them to get the ball back. We can't be afraid of this defense. There goes that big run I was talking to you guys about, 23 yards. We can't be afraid of the Rams. I know I am. I know the Rams, even though they don't have Jared Goff, they're still a scary team. They got Jalen Ramsey. You understand what I'm saying? They also have, obviously, Aaron Donald. They've got Leonard Floyd. They've got John Johnson. They got Darius Williams. They've got weapons. They have defensive weapons. The whole unit. Their whole unit is a good unit. It's a good defensive unit. But they're not better than us. The Rams are not better than us. They just have paid a lot of money to players that are superstar players to make them look good on paper. I'm more scared of their defense than I am their offense. Sean McVay can call whatever he wants to, but I'm not afraid of their offense. Our defense will hold their own. But it's that doggone defense and Russ being Russ. Let me tell you something. In the 9 years, Russ has been in the league since 2012. Okay? In the 8 years Russell Wilson has been in the league, we have never, ever, ever lost in the wild card. We are a divisional round team. And in order for us to take that next step to get past the divisional round, we are going to have to keep Russ in the pocket. Let Russ run a little bit. But when we're playing against teams like Green Bay, which I know we're going to have to play Green Bay, I don't want to go to Green Bay. I don't want to go to Green Bay. I don't want to go to Green Bay, but we have to. We will have to. If we're going to go, if the NFC title is going to come to Seattle, we got to go to Green Bay, y'all. And we know what type of year Aaron Rodgers has had. But we still got to get to the wild card round. And we've never lost in the wild card round with Russell. And we're hosting the game. The home field advantage is there. We have to just go do our job as a team and play under control. And we got to stop these unnecessary penalties that we get. We got to stop force-feeding DK. We got to get DK into a rhythm. We've got David Moore. We've got Tyler Lockett, who's had a phenomenal Pro Bowl year. All-Pro year, if I do say so myself. We can't let Chris Carson carry the entire load. We got to get Carlos Hyde in there a little bit. We've got other weapons. We got Will Dissly. We got Greg Olsen. We've got Hollister. We have pieces that, on paper, don't look like world beaters, like I said about Malcolm Brown and Darrell Henderson Jr., but they are assets to the passing game. And we have to trust that they have been in big moments with Russell, and they can make plays. Now, my final decision on the score. I've had some time to think about it all night, and I'm kind of sold on 23-17. I'm really sold on 23-17 right now. So mark it down right there. Seahawks win 23-17. And this is going to be a battle. This is going to be a war, people. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into a chance. We have an opportunity to make a run this year with the pieces we have. You only get a couple years where everybody's under low contract and you have to start paying everybody. We have to take advantage of this. The NFC is wide open. I'm not scared of anybody else in the NFC except for the Rams and the Packers. That's it. I'm not concerned about anybody. And that's crazy. I'm not concerned about the Bears. Who all is in the playoff picture this year? Because I have not really paid attention to the playoff picture as far as I've been so focused on the Seahawks playing the Rams this week that it could be an upset. Let's see, NFL playoff schedule. Let's just look it up real quick for those people that don't know who's in the playoff picture. Okay. I'm not scared of the Buccaneers. I'm not scared of Washington. I'm definitely not scared of Washington, even though Chase Young has had a great year. I'm not scared. I'm a little scared of the Saints. but they're so banged up and they're so undisciplined at times that I'm not worried. I don't fear the Saints like everybody else does. Now, will Drew Brees, if we play the Saints, will Drew Brees sling dick everywhere? Yes. Then I'll be afraid. But I'm not afraid of old Tom Brady and his old ass team. Now the youth, Washington football team, I'm not really scared. Okay, out in the AFC, I'm not afraid of the Browns. I'm not afraid of the Steelers. I'm a little afraid of the Titans because they play very similar to us. Obviously you gotta be afraid of the Ravens. Lamar Jackson can go off at any time. They've had a really weird year. Everybody's kind of picked up on what they do. I am afraid of Buffalo. Buffalo is a Josh Allen MVP year. The Colts, most disciplined team in the playoffs right now. I'll say that again. The Colts are the most disciplined team in the playoffs. And that goes a very long way. That shows you Frank Reich's culture and what he has going on with the Colts. That offensive line is stout. That's the best offensive line in football. It ain't the freaking Cowboys. It ain't how about them Cowboys. It's the Colts. If you want to talk the most complete team in the league right now, it's the Colts. They have a above 500 defense. They have an above 500 offense. They have just a really good team. They are a well-rounded team. I don't know why I said above 500, but a well-rounded team. Only thing I'm scared of, Phillip Rivers. If you're a Colts fan, be aware, Phillip Rivers, trigger happy like Russell, but Phillip Rivers is a veteran, and they're going to have to trust that run game. But that's my view. That's this weekend. Let me just say, Bills, because they're young, and I love me some Josh Norman. Y'all know I do. I gotta go with the Colts. I'm gonna go with the Colts on this one. Seahawks are gonna win, obviously. I gave my answer on that one. Washington and Tampa Bay. Washington doesn't have any offense. I'm sorry. Washington has no weapons on offense. Tampa's gonna win. Ravens and Titans, I'm going to go with the Titans. Derrick Henry has just been running roughshod over the league right now. Bears and Saints. That's a tough one because if the Bears show up with the defense they had from a couple years ago when they got in the playoffs against the Eagles, they're going to upset the Saints. If you play the Saints and you take away the deep ball and you take away the short game, you're good. You have to just go back and watch Minnesota, the way Minnesota played the Saints. The Browns and the Steelers, I believe the Browns can beat the Steelers. I really do. I really believe the Browns can beat the Steelers. If the Browns jump out early to a 2-touchdown lead, they're going to beat the Steelers. If you can get 21-7 at least on the Steelers, you're going to win the game. Point blank, period. So, with that being said, that's my week. That's my review for this week of the Wild Card Weekend. Hopefully, there's a lot of good games. Hopefully, as a Seattle fan, we get to see us go on to the divisional round, and hopefully, the Seahawks pull this one out this weekend, y'all. Till tomorrow morning, y'all be easy and make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment, and turn on the notifications when I post videos on here, guys. We're getting up there. My goal is to get to 100 followers by the summer. By June, we should at least have 100 followers and subscribers. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.